afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Strategy Now here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Kizik from the Kizik Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock, here to give you your strategy update. Just to take a look at the current market conditions, you have the Dow Jones up at 19,922. Wow, almost 20,000, right? Everybody's talking about it, up 86 points. So that is what everybody's going to pretty much be watching, but not us here at MarketStream.live. We have plenty to look at. But just also to wrap up the rest of the indices, the Russell 2000 is up $10.60. Really still looking strong. That small cap index at 1383.80. You have the NASDAQ up 1875, still painting a green tape today at 4957.50. You have the S&P 500 up 7.5 at 2267.25. You have the dollar index up still 16 cents, so it's come off of its best levels at 103.27, and crude oil up 30 cents at 53.36. So what we want to look at today on Strategy Now is a report that's going to be coming out tomorrow, and I wanted to give some context about the existing home sales report for November. It's due out at 10 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. That'll be right after we do the What's Hot on the Open here at MarketStream.live. But I want to talk about, first of all, why it's important. The existing home sales number that's going to be out tomorrow accounts for roughly 90% of all home sales. This is going to provide some really important insight on the health of the housing market. And it also is going to give you some insights on first-time buyers, inventory levels, median home prices, the regional sales activity, as well as the fact that it's going to give us an indication of how much those real estate brokers are actually making, because that is a factor in the GDP calculation. So we're going to keep a closer look on that. And what should we be keeping a closer look when we watch this number tomorrow? Well, last month we saw that existing home sales increased by about 2% month over month in October. That's with a seasonally adjusted annual rate of around 5.6 million. Now, the leadership was in the South. There was an increase of 2.8% in October and a 2.3% increase here in the Midwest. I'm in the Midwest. Total housing inventory was down, so you have a shrinking inventory about 0.5% year over year in October, and the unsold inventory amounted to about 4.3 months of supply at the current sales pace that we're seeing. Now, the median home sales price was up about 6% year over year at $232,200. By the way, that's the 56th consecutive month of price increases year over year. Now, last month's report indicated that first-time buyers accounted for roughly 33% of the existing home sales. So there's a pop there. Now, that is down from September, but when you look at it year over year, it's a pop. September came in at 34%, and a year ago, if you look back, it was at 31%. So we're starting to see a little bit of a rise of new first-time home buyers. Maybe that play could increase as we see that interest rates are on the move to the upside. So what's in play? When you think about this, you think about home builder stocks and the related ETFs. This is going to be the area that you're going to look when you start hearing these numbers that come out on the sales, the median prices, what types of buyers are coming to the market, as well as what geographic areas are actually benefiting from either increasing or decreasing support of existing home sales. The first place I look at is the ETF world. That's where you can look at it as many stocks in one vehicle. The home builders ETF, XHB, is trading at $34.79. 40% of that ETF is made up of 10 stocks that I'll actually mention in 1 minute. Right now, the options for the next 3 days are pricing in the potential for a 1.4% move, either up or down in this home builders ETF. That's basically a 50-cent move, and they're not expecting any big violent moves. The implied volatility is at 23% as far as the rank. If you look at the rank of implied volatility, that's a measure of the forecast of potential violent moves. If it gets higher, like in the 60, 70, 80, 90, 100% range, that means you should expect big moves. It's at 23%. I then look at the home construction sector, and ITB. Trading at 28.14. This has some of the biggest home builders as well as big box retailers that would be supplying goods and potentially services to this sector. 55% of this ETF is made up of 10 stocks, just to give you an idea. They're pricing in over the next 3 days that ITB can move either up or down about 49 cents on this $28 underlying. So you're basically talking about almost a 1.7, almost 2% move in this particular underlying. Some of the other names that you're going to want to keep an eye on specifically are home improvement retailers, specifically Home Depot and Lowe's, ticker symbol HD and LOW. Now they're represented in the home construction ETF, but these are also two stocks that are about 7% of that ETF, ITB. Watch those stocks going into this number. Other real estate related companies would be Zillow, ticker symbol Z. Remax Holdings, RMAX, Realogy Holdings, RLGY, as well as Fannie Mae and Ellie Mae, FNMA and ELLI. Those are some of the real estate related companies you want to keep an eye on, and also some potential beneficiaries of a pickup in existing home sales. Sherwin-Williams, got to slap some paint on this stuff before you sell it. SHW, Mohawk Industries, you need some carpet, right? That's MHK. Whirlpool, got to put some new appliances in, got to make it look good. WHR, Lumber Liquidators, might have to put in a few little last minute pieces. LL. Ethan Allen, we got to stage this thing. ETH and Lazy Boy. If I sell it, I got to kick back in my new chair. LZB. These are names that you can start looking at. You could actually have picked them out from the holdings that they're represented in those ETFs, but these are names that you can look at if we get a pop in existing sales. One note, there is an expectation that in November that we'll have a little bit of a pullback. It's typically in the sales cycle a slower month, along with December as far as pre-existing home sales. We're going to keep an eye on if there is a slump, if it's a bigger slump than what expectations are. Their expectations right now are that there should be a drop-off month over month of about 1.8%, but we'll keep an eye on that tomorrow. All right, that's strategy now here at MarketStream.live. You got a ton of ideas, a ton of names, and a little more transparency. Till then, till 3:30 Eastern time, when I'm going to be doing Tech Talk, I'm going to be using charts and option pricing to give you those moves, as well as look at past history and give you an idea of trend. And we'll go over some names that are going to be announcing some earnings after hours. Till then, see you at 3:30 Eastern time. Have a great rest of the trading day.